Our topic is Newton's laws of motion. To study the laws of motion, we need to study some forces or some previous topics. First, we need to define the word force. The causes of the motion, what causes object to move. Two types of forces, push or pull. Force may be balanced or unbalanced. Balanced force. All forces acting on an object are equal. There is no motion is known as balanced force. Unbalanced force. One or more forces acting on an object are stronger than others. There is a motion. A net force is an example of unbalanced force. Object at a rest. Object at a rest tends to stay at a rest unless acted upon by a force, push or pull. There is no extract in the forces. It is known as the object is in rest. Newton's described this tendency as inertia. Inertia can be described as the tendency of an object to keep doing whatever it's doing. Mass and inertia. Mass is the amount of the matter in an object. It is measured in kilogram. The more mass an object has, the more inertia the object has. Bigger objects are harder to start and stop. What about the objects that are already in motion? Newton stated that object in a motion tends to stay in the motion until acted upon by a force or hits it. Newton's first law, also known as the law of inertia. A moving object moves in a straight line with the constant speed unless a force acts on it. The tendency of an object at a rest to remain at a rest and object in a motion to remain in a motion unless acted upon by the unbalanced force. Objects do not changes their motion unless a force acts on them. The is in motion. What is the forces that causes to stop? The push of the stop car. The car is at a rest. What is the force that causes it to move? The push of a truck. Now we know the Newton's first law. Now we study the Newton's second law. Force equals to the time acceleration. The formula is F is equals to ma. Force is equals to mass into acceleration. Force is measured in newtons. Acceleration of gravity. Earth is 9.8 meter per second square. Weight means force. Mass into gravity. Gravity of earth. Moon's gravity is 1/6 of the earth. If your weight is 420 on earth, what will be your weight on the moon? The answer is 70 Newton. Newton's second law's weight is a measure of the forces of gravity on the mass of an object. It is measured in Newton because the force unit is Newton. One rock weight is 5 Newton and the other rock weight is 0.5 Newton. How much more forces will be required to accelerate the first rock at the same rate as the second rock? 10 times as much. Newton's third law. Every action has equal and opposite reaction. For every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. In the figure we will see the book are stood on the table. The force of attraction between book and earth is acting on downward and reaction force of the table on book is acting upward. What happens if you are standing on a skateboard or a cliff or a slippery floor and push against a wall? You will slide in the opposite direction away from the wall because you are pushed on the wall, but the wall pushes back on you and with equal and opposite forces. Why does it is hurt so much when you are stub your toes? When your toes extract a force on a rock, the rock extract a equal forces back on your toes. The harder you hit your toes against it, the more forces the rock extract back on your toes, and the more your toes hurts. I hope we will understand our topic. Bye.